Are we still at the very beginnings of the reform effort, or have there been, a series of quick wins and we're already fairly well along? Is there a lot of momentum, or are we still trying to generate buy-in? Where are we in this process?
Well, some, including myself and few of our other colleagues and partners in the development community, believe that the government and the partners of the government, which includes the opposition, because the opposition is playing quite a constructive role, led by Aung San Suu Kyi, by making sure that they keep government on their toes, and also they articulate the demands of the population. So both the government and other partners outside of the government who are interested in the reform process, in our view, this group of people, they have gone with the reform process in 3 years, probably as fast as possible. I mean, Myanmar is coming out of 50 years of darkness, and we need to recognize that they won't be able to solve all of the problems in the 3 years, but they've solved quite a lot, to give the credit to the reform champions. I think few examples that often hit the headlines are the unification of the exchange rate and reducing the trade barriers and tariffs that had led to gradual opening up of the economy, establishing an independent central bank. In the area of governance, Parliament had become a fully functioning body that provides checks and balances to the government. The state authorities are now a bit more empowered than they used to be before in facing the expectations, meeting the demands of the population. On the peace process, I mean, they've done a lot of work to conclude ceasefire agreements. Of course, there's always a glass half empty perspective as well, but I think we need to recognize the things that, had happened in the country over the last 3 years.
Sure.
And to put things into perspective, I mean, it's not right, as you would know, to compare one country with another, but sometimes the parallels are useful. And just to remind ourselves that this country is only 3 years in the reform process. And if you apply the same matrix to China's reforms after Deng Xiaoping announced reforms in 1980, they're still in the year 1983. So I think Myanmar had achieved quite a lot in 3 years, but it will be important in the period between now and the next elections and beyond that these reforms, the gains of the reforms have been consolidated and there's sufficient momentum in place that will help to carry forward to the reform process in the future.